The learning Zili Nishmas that's over by Saka Masachas Erchin Perik Aleph Mishna Gimel. Hagoises means someone who is going to die. The Teves speaks about where the word Goises comes from. Vayetzi lahareg, someone was paskin on him lemisa. The Rav says al pi harambam dafka if it's yetzi lahareg al pi bezdin as opposed to b'mitzvas hamelech. Sometimes the melech could change his mind. So in both of these cases, loy nider veloy nerach. They have no value and they have no erechin of what's kotzav in the Torah. The Gemara says that Shloimie goises, I understand he has no value because he's about to die. He's loy nerach. You don't say that he has an erech, what the Torah says, because over there it has to be someone who's passes to say on him vehemed veherech, that he could stand him up and do erechin, and a goises can't stand up. Yotze lahareg, someone was going to get killed. I understand the Gemara says that loy nider because he has no value, because he's about to get killed. But why can't someone who is paskin on him that he's lemisa, why is he can't have an erechin? L'chari he could be vehemed veherech. So the Gemara learns it out from a riba in Parshas Chulkaisai kol chayrim lo yifteh kol chayrim. Rashi says misha hu roi l'charim, someone who is going to get killed, einoi b'chal pigeon, on him it doesn't pass a pigeon. Reb Chanina ben Akavia Omer, he argues on that Gzeres HaKasav, he uses the parsuk for something else, and therefore he says Nerach, he would pass Erechin HaKasav, but he only argues on Nerach, and he also only argues on Yetzi Laharig, Rashi says, but by Goises he'll be maskim, that a Goises has no Hamada V'Haracha. B'nei Shadam of Ksuvim, because the Yetzi Laharig has a value. Ala Einei Nidr B'nei Shein Dam of Ksuvim. Rabbi Yossi says, Noider u'ma'arech u'magdish. He can make the neder, he can make the erechin, and he could be magdish. So the Gemara says, Tanakam is maskim to all these series. The Gemara says, Enochanami, Machlokes Rabbi Yossi, and the Tanakam is for these last words. V'im hizik chaye b'tashlumim. That if the goises or yotze laharik damages, and now they die, so the Yarshin are going to be chayiv in tashlumim according to Rabbi Yossi. And the Gemara goes through what's the beer of the machlekes Tanakama and Rabbi Yossi. Either Rabbi Yossi held that even a milval peh you could be goyim in a yarshim, or he held that this is considered milva ksuva b'Torah, and a milva ksuva b'Torah is ksuva b'shtar dami, and therefore he could collect nezikin from the yarshim. Mishna dalet ha'isha sheyotzi laharig. If on a isha it's paskin misa that she's mechuyev misa, imam tinan la chetela, we don't wait for her to give birth, except yashva ala mishbar, if she's already on the birthing bed. So then mamtinan la chetela, then you're not allowed to kill the vlad. You have to wait till the child's born. The Gemara says because then kiven the akar gufa achrinahi, since she's already on the birthing bed, so it's like a different guf, and therefore you can't kill it. However, in the Reisha, we say that Lashon Rashi, Chad Gufahi, that it's like one guf. The Machlokes Rashi and Teves, Rashi says we're talking about Kodim Shenigmar Dina, that it was not even a Gemar Din on her, just a Hamada B'Din. And Teves argues, because he learns that the reason of the Reisha, that Imam Tina Lad Shetelet, is because of Inoy Hadin. That there's a halacha that you can't postpone the din, and since you have to paskin, so you paskin right away. However, if it was before the Gemar Din, then there would be no problem of Inei Din. So it must be Stavka after the Gemar Din. The Mishnah ends off, Ha'isha sheneherga nehenim b'saira, behema sheneherga asura b'haniya. If on a Isha it's paskin that she should get killed, you're allowed to have hana with her hair, but a behema that it's paskin that could get killed, like a shar haniskal, over there you can't have hana. Over there it's learned out from a pasuk. The Rashi brings the Gemara in Pesachim, Bal Shar Naki, that you can't have any hana from a shar hanisko. What's pshat taka in the Reisha? A mace is aser bahana. Rashi says that we learn out from Egla Rufa, Atoma Sham Miriam, and we learn out Sham from Egla Rufa. So if a mace is aser bahana, so then her hair also should be aser bahana. So the Gemara says two terutzim. Rav says that we're talking about Heya Nachris, that it's hair from a different woman that she would tie onto her regular hair, like as extensions. And also we're talking about that she said, Tenu Saira Labiti, give this hair to my daughter. So she was Megala Das, that she's not Nicha, that it should be part of her guf. And therefore it's not Aser Bahana, it's as if it was taken off Mechayim. However, Rav Nachman says a different teretz. That first teretz is what the Rav brings. Rav Nachman says a different teretz. He says that really we're talking about sar mamish. But by a isha, what's the thing that makes it asar b'hana when she dies? And on the here, there's no misa. However, by a behema, the thing that makes it asar b'hana is the gemar din. B'shas the gemar din, anything that's mechuber to it, including its hair, will be asar b'hana.